Let's decode episode 5. So here, as you can see, we have Donald Trump. Now, this is going to be a good video because I like doing these type of videos because it opens people's eyes up to maybe what they didn't see or maybe what they didn't want to see. Right? I equate this video to the Tom McDonald video that I did on my main channel. Right? I like to spark thought, in people's mind. I'm not trying to sway you to think a certain way. I'm not trying to control your way of thinking. I don't want you to think just like me. I just like to plant this seed of thought into people's mind, right? And this is another case of that, right? Because we have here all the clues, the evidence, right, that points towards Donald Trump being a Jesuit puppet. So allow me to explain why I feel like this, before you hop in the comments and type MLA format essay on why you think Donald Trump is not. Just allow me to explain first, and then you can share your opinion. So let's move on. All right, as we can see, he's showing you that 666. Now, if he just happens to be talking about the number 3 in each of these pictures, then cool, I'll let it go. I'll trim this out the video. If you can find these clips of where he's doing this and see what he's talking about while he's doing that, and see if it actually correlates, see if it actually calls for this symbolism to be done, then I'll remove this part from the video. But as you can see, he's doing the same 666 that we've seen any other puppet doing. Right. Also, he's making a mockery, right? Showing you who he receives orders from. Right, as you can see, he has the same. He's taking. I don't think that's a piece of paper. That's some type of cloth or some type of material, and he's folding it purposely to make it look like the Freemasonic apron. Right? Why do you think they use that as the Gmail's logo? Right. So that's just another interesting thing. The handshakes that he gives people, right? He gives people that same grip, right, of a Mason. So, like I said, how can we see all these things and take him out the factor, even though we'll say the same thing about everyone else? Like if you'll say Hillary Clinton is a sellout for doing this and not Donald Trump, then you've already fell into the trap. You've already fell into the brainwashing. Because how can you see one person doing the symbolism and not say anything about the other person doing it? They're giving each other this handshake. And that goes to show you that they're all a big family. They're all playing a big game. It's all a big scheme. They're doing everything to deceive you. These people don't really hate each other. These people don't despise each other. It's all a game. And they're working to deceive you. So like I said, man, when you shake hands, let me get that. So when you shake hands, the thumb naturally extends upward or straight ahead. When it points downward over the knuckles, you are signaling that you are a member of the world's largest satanic cult, Freemasonry, and are committed to its goal of world government under the Antichrist. So does he not have his thumb? That nigga squeezing the hell out her arm, her hand. You feel me? You can see her goddamn wrinkles coming up out her skin. That nigga squeezing the hell out her shit. But you can clearly see his thumb is over her knuckles. That's something that you purposely have to do. Because when you shake someone's hand, I don't know if y'all remember like how to shake people's hand, with all this COVID stuff, y'all been in the house. But when you shake people's hand, your thumb doesn't naturally do that. It stays forward. It stays straight. It stays aligned. Right? But maybe he's infiltrating Freemasonry. That's what people say. They try to come up with any excuse, when they see this type of symbolism. Like I said, man, look at that grip, man. He's gripping that man's wrist. You see his finger right here? You see what I'm saying? But we have to excuse Donald Trump, right? Because of the things he do. and the things that he say. But we're gonna get to that, right? Right now we on the symbolism, right? Throwing his hands in the pyramid, right? Just like every other sellout. He does this constantly. He does this constantly. Like I said, if you'll say she's down with the get down, but not him, then you've been brainwashed, right? He's also along with the others that have taken a picture on Time magazine, let alone Time always has this thing where they like to crop these people heads, right below the M to make it look like devil horn. And they do that with the Pope. They've done it with Hillary Clinton, George Bush, Vladimir Putin, and once again, well, no, not yet, Bill Clinton. Right? They have all put these devil horns on these people, as they call them, the man of the year, right? Person of the year. And they put these devil horns, they strategically place these people under this M, right, for a reason. The Pope of the Vatican, we already know what's up. But if you're seeking any type of truth, then you already know what's going on with the Vatican and the people that support it. The Jesuits are the ones that control this shit. They have their hands on all these puppets, all these political puppets. The Jesuits are running it all. They're running the show. You're not about to just be a president just on your own accord. You're going to be controlled in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Those old days where you wasn't a Freemason and you was a president, those days are over. Because not every single U.S. president has been a Freemason. But up until now, if you go back in the years, you can see when the cutoff was for these regular people just being presidents. As the media progressed, as television progressed, as social media progressed, everything has to be controlled now. Because you can't have just the United States president of America just saying anything. You could be possibly empowering the people, right? You could be telling them something that the Vatican don't want you to know. So every president that steps on that podium from here on out, they have to be controlled. It's called controlled opposition. Why do you think they call it the left wing and the right wing? If you on the left wing and the right wing, that's two wings on the same damn bird. Why do you think they call it left wing and right wing politics? They letting you know right there, it's all a part of the same scheme. They gonna get that agenda done regardless of who's sitting in that seat. And these folks don't even have no power for real. These niggas ain't no different than the lady on the Popeye chicken commercial. Just a spokesperson. She's not the CEO. She's just the lady that they put on the commercials to sell the product. But she's not making any decisions behind the scenes. She's just an actress. Just like these people. Nothing but actors on the same team at the end of the day. The team of the Baphomet. So when you playing this political game, you falling right into their hands. This is what they want to push down to the people. Because when you sitting here arguing about what wing is the right one, what wing is better, they sitting here brainwashing you. They doing all these things and you don't even see who's the real enemy. While y'all fighting amongst each other over silly things. Let's move on. The Republican logo actually changed, right? Prior to George Bush being in office in 2000, the stars were upright, like they should be. But they actually turned them upside down. If y'all didn't know that, they turned the stars upside down, right? To represent that same Baphomet logo, that same Baphomet pentagram. Like I said, left wing, right wing of the Baphomet. Satan has his hands in both of these political parties. Why do you think it's only these two that get pushed to the masses the most? Nobody hears about the Green Party. It's other parties. It's other political parties out there. But they're going to make sure that we split everybody up in between these two groups. Divide and conquer. Now let's start getting into some numerology behind Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, this is his first house in Queens, New York. This is where he was born, right? In Queens, New York, Donald Trump in Queens, New York, we get the same numerology, 159 and 60, right? Donald Trump's date of birth, which was June 14th, 1946, equals 39, where he was born and raised, Queens, New York, 39 as well. Pay attention to these ciphers. It's the same cipher. Donald Trump's inauguration, he was sworn in as the 45th president on January 20th, 2017. That also equals 39. So this shows you why Donald Trump was inserted into the Truman Show, right? This is what he was inserted for. He was always set to be the president of America. We just didn't know it at the time, but it was always being foreshadowed. Didn't the Simpsons tell you that? Why do you think the Simpsons predicts, quote unquote, predicts everything? Did you not know that the creator of the Simpsons was a 33rd degree Freemason? Oh yeah, he is. Look it up. They just showing you. They're not predicting anything. They're telling you. But the number 47, right? The number 47 is very prominent in this Donald Trump character, right? So let me show you why. Right? Starting off with there are 47 degrees in the Freemasonic square and compass, right? It's 47 degrees. Foundation, framework, authority, government, president, White House, Republican and Democrat. When you use the opposite ciphers, full reduction and reverse full reduction, you get the same number 47. This is the duality. This is what I mean when they say whatever the Democrat will be, the Republican will be the exact opposite. They will always remain that same format, because that way they can split the people up between two groups. You are either a Republican or a Democrat. This is why Joe Biden is a complete idiot and Donald Trump is the exact opposite. So when people sit there and say, damn, I wish Donald Trump was back in office, that's the point. That's the point. To look up to these people that are obviously control opposition. They're doing nothing but playing their role. That's their part in this script. Every movie, every superhero movie has a villain and a hero. Right? So which one are those two? We got two parties equals 47. The cabal equals 47. Right? Let's move on, man. Even this map that they gave us, right? Even this map, man. 23.5 degrees north, right? You got the equator, and then you got the other side, right? Even 23.5 equals 47 as well. So they even told you with this fake map. They even told you with the fake map that it was all a part of their scheme. But let's move on. Now, the number 47 ties to Donald Trump as well, because the day he was born, June 14th, 1946, equals 47 as well. Peep the cipher. Same ciphers. Donald John, which is his first and middle name, equals 47 in reverse full reduction. January 20th, the day he was inaugurated as the president, equals 47 as well. Not to mention he was the 45th president in January, right? One person was killed in a fire at Trump Towers in New York on April 7th of 2018, right? April 7th, 4/7 if you write it in numerical form. And Trump equals 47 in reverse ordinal. What's the odds of that? Right? Isn't it funny that in the 2020 presidential election, Donald Trump damn near made 47% of the votes. 46.9. This is them teetering that line and playing around with you. Right? That's them teetering that line right there and playing with you. That's why they got these smiles that they got on right now. Because they know they playing you. They deceiving the whole world. They got y'all thinking that these are real opposition. They got y'all thinking that these are real enemies. Whole time, these folks shaking hands at the end of the day. They giving each other Masonic handshakes. They getting together. They going to the club and they ordering baby bloods on the rocks. This is what they do in their free time. They sit there and laugh at you on how they fooled you again and again. A poll says that 47% of voters support Donald Trump running for president in 2024. Now, the crazy thing about that I made a key note just to make sure I didn't forget to tell you that if Donald Trump wins this next presidential election, that will make him the 47th president of the United States. So don't be shocked if Donald Trump wins the next election, right? President equals 47 and Republican equals 47. So it wouldn't surprise me that a Republican would win the 47th presidential election. Also, something that I noticed, if we go back to about since 1988, right? Since about 1988, because if you do 4 years before 1992, that's the 1988 election. Now, if we go back, regardless on how many terms these presidents served, they have done sort of a staggered type of thing, right? They've had a Democrat in office, then a Republican, a Democrat, a Republican, then a Democrat. Right? They have went back and forth. They have alternated, right? They have alternated these people in the office, regardless if they did 2 terms or not. They have switched strategically, and all these people are Jesuits, which is even more funny. Regardless of the amount of terms, Republicans and Democrats have alternated in the office since 1988. I should have just read what I said. That was way more smarter than the shit I just tried to describe. But yeah, since 1988, this has happened. So I wouldn't be surprised in 2024 that a Republican, right, decides to, these presidents are selected, not elected. The funny thing about the name Trump, even if we break down the etymology behind the name Trump, it's playing a card of a suit ranking above others, right? Also, Trump to trump someone means to fabricate or devise or to deceive and cheat, just like he deceives his cult-like fan base, right? It's all in the etymology behind these people's names. This is why they play these characters that they play on this movie set, on this Truman Show, and you think they're not a part of it. This is my thing. How can someone do all these things and you think they're the only one in the room that's not a part of it? Come on now. If it walked like a damn duck, it's a damn. If it quacked like a damn duck, it's a duck. This motherfucker quacking like a duck, and y'all saying he a cow. Come on, man. What's the sense in that? Let's break down the presidency of Donald Trump. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about his presidency, right? And how it was completely scripted by the numbers. So the 2016 United States presidential election, right? It was held on November 8th. This was when he was determined, right? Everyone votes November 2nd, right? November 2nd, and then they choose who wins on November 8th, or they chose that year on November 8th. Donald Trump's birthday, June 14th. If we take the difference between his birthday and the day he was elected president, we get 147 days. Just like 45th president equals 147, Freemason equals 147, and president of the United States equals 147. These Jesuits, they control this shit by the numbers. No one else was going to be the 45th president except for him. This is the role that he's playing in society. Now, if we break down the properties between these days, right? Once again, June 14th being Donald Trump's birthday, his birthday that year was on the 166th day of the year. Now keep in mind, June 14th, this was before the election took place. But by the numerology, it was already foreshadowed that he was going to win that election. If I had known about this, I would have said something. But I wasn't good with Gematria back in 2016. 2016, I hadn't even left for the military yet. You see what I'm saying? But the day of the year, his birthday that year was on the 166th day of the year. So this must have been a leap year that year, because it was 200 days remaining. 365 is normally, you know what I'm saying, the year, unless it's a leap year. But President Donald Trump equals 166, right? Now imagine if he went to the And it's funny because it's always on a leap year. Like when they vote, when everyone votes, when they pick a new president, it's always on a leap year. That's the funny thing, that because if you had took his birthday that year before, it'd have been on a different day and it would have been no numerology. But since it was on that leap year, right? Because a leap year happens every 4 years. Now it's on the 166th day, just like President Donald Trump equals 166. November 8th, 2016, the day that he was announced the president, 166. Donald J. Trump and Mark of the Beast equals 166. So once again, just another tribute to their master, right? Using these puppets to do so. Now, if we break down the day that he became the president, it happened on the 313th day of the year. Now, if we take Donald Trump's birthday is 313 and satanic. So once again, a tribute to that Mark of the Beast, which equals 53. 53 days are left in the year. So every time, it seems like every time that you vote for a president, that president is chosen on a day that tributes to the Mark of the Beast, right? But not every presidential election ends on November 8th. Joe Biden, when he won, he was elected November 7th, right? November 8th. That's why this numerology is even more important, because it's not the same day every time. November 8th to the day he was inaugurated, right? From the day he was voted in to the day he got inaugurated equals 2 months and 12 days, right? President Trump equals 212 in Kabbalah. Also, instead of months, you can do the weeks, right? 10 weeks in 3 days, 103, just like Jesuits, just like that man's birthday, right? 103, right? Like I said, the Jesuits are running the show. The Jesuits pick the puppets. Presidents are selected, not elected, right? Once again, if we take November 8th, the day he was voted in, to the day that he was sworn in, right? The inauguration day, 73 days, just like the Republican Party. Now I said that every time it's not the same day. The election does not end on the same day every time, and the inauguration is not on the same day every time. Y'all can look back and see just to make sure. But it's funny that it was on 73 days in between, just like the Republican Party, which is the party that won, right? Republican Party equals 73. 73 is the 21st prime number. We can link this back to the Jesuits every time, because that is who's running the show. That is who's running the show. Trump equals 73 in reverse, Francis Bacon. And it's funny because Trump's presidential term ended when he was 73 years old. Now, if we take the day he was inaugurated to his birthday, his next birthday, we get 4 months and 25 days, just like President 425 and satanic. So like I said, man, this was his part of the script. So when you sit here and find yourself saying, well, man, well, if Donald Trump was in, he it wouldn't be like this. That's why he's not. It's all a part of the duality. It's all a part of his role that he's playing. It's obviously going to be an opposite of the other. The Democrat is always going to be the opposite of the other, no matter who is standing before you. So whether it had been Donald Trump, whether it had been motherfucking Al Gore or fucking, no, Al Gore was a Democrat, fucking George Bush. You see what I'm saying? It didn't matter who it was going to be. Certain agendas will be fulfilled at certain times. It wasn't a certain time to fulfill that part of the agenda, that part of the prophecy. So that's why they put these people in these duality positions, make them look like a good person, but really they all being controlled. It just wasn't that time. 2020 to 2024, that's the time for this bullshit to occur. So that's why they have a bullshit president in front of you. But best believe when they want to act like, when they want to make shit seem like it's cleaning up, they're going to bring him back in for the cleanup crew. Because that's his role in this, as the good guy. That's his role. But as soon as them cameras cut off, them folks walk right off stage. Right? It seems like it's just like an actor. It's just like a movie. When those people are done shooting that movie, they shake hands and they going about their separate ways. They don't really hate each other. They just acting. It's a movie. Now, if we take January 20th once again, instead of the months, we take the weeks, right? 20 weeks and 5 days between the inauguration and Donald Trump's birthday. We get the Jesuit order once again, 205. Right? They constantly putting their numerology in your face. 205, Jesuit order, reverse Francis Bacon. Just like Trump equals 73 in reverse Francis Bacon. So these are frequent. These are prominent ciphers. We're not just picking random ciphers because we're getting the same connections, right? We're getting the same connections, right? The Jesuit order is who's behind this all at the end of the day, the Vatican. Now, let's take the presidency, right? From January 20th, 2017 to January 20th, 2021. Right? If we take that, that's an exact 48 months, right? Just like Freemason, just like Illuminati, just like president, just like how every presidential term is 48 months, unless you get elected again. But each term is 48 months, right? So you're always going to see that numerology. The numerology is always going to be present with every president. Donald Trump equals 48 in full reduction November 8th, the day he won the election, equals 48. So if I had knew this at the time, I could have made the safe assumption that Donald Trump would have been the 45th president. Based on the numerology that's present now, it's safe to say that he could be the 47th or the 48th, right? Because we had that number 48 right here, clear as day, right? But I know he's going to get in there again, bottom line. Now, let's talk about the January 6th Capitol riot, right? The constructed event. Funny, somebody was looking at their watch as soon as it happened because they have right here that it happened exactly at 12:53 p.m. Just everyone showed up at the same time. Everyone just poofed. Everyone just teleported. And everything just started exactly at 12:53 p.m. and it ended exactly at 5:40 p.m. Everybody just left at the exact same time, right? Who was looking? But anyway, this could be a coincidence, but you know, everything's a coincidence, right? 1 plus 12 plus 5 plus 3 equals 11. 5 plus 4 equals 9. You know, 9/11, plain in plain sight, just more mockery. Showing us that this was a constructed event, just like 9/11. Interesting. The January 6th Capitol insurrection 1 year anniversary. So they call it an insurrection. Now, if we take the day of this insurrection and we take Donald Trump's birthday, we get 159, just like Donald Trump. An insurrection, same ciphers, reverse ordinal, regular English. Only difference is it's in reverse. A is 26. B is 25, C is 24. The insurrection that happened 159 days before Donald Trump's birthday, and Donald Trump equals 159. But this was a natural event. When you see these folks throwing up the devil horns in the background, like, come on, man, don't be naive to these certain characters that they bring you, because they're gonna try their best to deceive you. They're gonna try their best, and it's working. It's working. It's working. Don't play the fool. January 6th, the day of this insurrection, once again, when they have, all of this shit, man. Just look at the shit in the back, man. Looks just like the skull and bones. Looks just like the skull and bones on this little flag in the background. They putting all these things right in front of you. But since it's Donald Trump, you're going to look past it. You're going to look past it. Same way we did Tom McDonald. We looked past all the red flags, but the red flags was there all along. January 6th, the day of the insurrection, and we take his birthday once again. 22 weeks and 5 days. This insurrection happened at the U.S. Capitol. Capitol equals 225, just like the Jesuit order. Once again, we get their numerology that it keeps drawing back to. We can do all this running. We running on a track right now because everything's going to lead us to the same point. The Jesuit order. This is who is behind these puppets. That's who brings these puppets to you every time. So don't be fooled. These people are controlled. And that's all we have for this presentation. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Appreciate all y'all for the love, all y'all support, and I'm out.